Hi, this is a C# car rental system I developed earlier, although I've started entering all of the necessary data in there. So let me show you guys how it works really. So let's say this lady's name is Rose, and that's her surname, and let's say she happens to be, because this family happens to be regular customers, so they get 10% off, and the number of days instead of that is 15. Invoice type, let's say number 4 invoice, and our license details right here that's changed. So that means this ID has to be changed as well. So that is how the whole system works anyway. So if I click on total, right there you see all of those information has been updated, and here those are the necessary or data information on the system for the cars. All the cars information, we can always go to the next record and just enter the next customer's details in there. Okay, let's enter the next customer details, and the customer happens to be Paul Omen Street, Omen Road. Let's say number 1 Omen Road area, London, postcode OR. The postcode, license number PO. Okay, so we just copy the license number as the ID number, and here we enter the mileage of the car. So let's get rid of that. So that'll be our mileage before and after. Okay, now engine size, let's say 3.5. Style, saloon, and here in this case it happens to be 200, and here air condition automatic, class ID none, description is none, and the daily rate 25.50, and here 25.50 as well, and number of days I intend to rent this car for. Here, do I get a discount? Yes, I get like 3% because it's over 15 days. And now invoice number, let's say invoice number 6. So just click on total right there. Those are all the information for the car I intend to rent. So if I click on database, you can also see all of those information right there on the database. Okay, so what I will do now is take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we can just put one of these programs together. So let's go into C# now. Hi, this C# car rental management system. Let me start by clicking on new project, and then select Windows Forms application. Just give it a name, just call it CS_car rental. Click on OK. Now that the form is ready, let's click on the property. Right here we define the size of it to be 1368 by, let's go for 689, and start position, let's make that center right there. Okay, so let's come to the tools here and add this good box. Let's go for maybe about 6 of those. We're gonna need 2 here, somewhere here, and we need 2 more here. It's got to be 2 more somewhere here. Yep. let's leave that right there. And the size, maybe just select it all and increase the size of that very one to about, let's have a look at the length. Let's see, that's like 150. Okay, and this one, we can make this one approximately maybe 800. Yeah, that's fine. And this one's here, we can just manually resize this one. Bring this one down here, and this one. Okay, one thing before that, I think I should leave the size. Let's move this one aside first. I would need some data. I need a database to be embedded onto these various systems. So let's go to data right here. And before that, let me just show you the database. Here is the database and all of the information for the car. There they are, all of the information for the car. And here, this is where we enter all of the customers' details, validation, and so on. So I'm going to now import this very database. So I'll close that. Alright, so let's go to data right here. Add new data. Now click on next. Let's click on next since we get our data set. And now let's connect to new database. Let's change this to access. There we go. And we need to browse to where we have our database. I think I have it right there on the desktop. This is it. Click on OK or click on open. I'm going to get rid of the admin. I don't need that. Test it to make sure it's working as expected. Yes, that is fine. Click on OK. The next dialog box is showing you that the connection is made. Click on next, and this dialog box is actually asking you to confirm if you would like the database to be saved inside the project folder. So I will say yes. Now click on next. You see your database is connected, and right there I'll just select the table. Inside the table I have all of these attributes. Click on finish. Okay, the next thing to do is to go back to the data menu up there, select show data source right there. So this very data source, I will now change this to, let's change that to details, on the data details there. Now grab this icon of the data detail and drag it right here. You see I left there empty so that I can use it to amend my database. Okay, so that is selected. Let's move this group box away. Let's move them aside. I'll come back to that. Alright, so move those ones out of the way. Okay, the first, I might as well close this for now. Or yeah, let's close it for now. I'll come back to that. The first part of this database is to, let me take care of the customer's information, and I have most of the customer or all of the customer information right here, from here up to here. Those are the customer's information, but let me take it, go for 5 by 5, so that's the first lot. Grab that and drop in here. Let's position it properly here, and from area here up to here, let's move that into position as well. Okay, let's select this and move it down a little bit, down a bit. there. So the next thing is all of these ones here is actually for the car. So let me just rearrange this and just enter all of the car details in here. Copy it all, move it right in here, and let's move the group box up. Let's take it back up. Yeah. So that one is ready. Okay, the next one, let's see, let's get the car mileage and so on. There they are. Let's select it all and bring this up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So let's get those ones here and move them right in here. That's fine. And what else can we? Okay, let's look into this very one and just move this. Let's move this one more, is there somewhere. We need to get that out, add that onto this as well. Here and here, this very one we need the customer ID and so on. Let's get that and move that right in here, and this very one, move it straight in here. Yeah. So our system is now taking shape. Okay, there should be one more here somewhere. Okay, there we go. Let's get that as well and move it into position. We want it right in here. No, here. Here. All right. And here, let's get this and just place it here. Draw it how we want it. Take it down. And let's add tab control onto this very one. Okay. And then maybe change the color of this tab control. Let's come to the property. Let's change it to control dark. Control, just control is fine anyway. Control, the first one, background from transparent. Let's change it to control. So you go to the back color, select system, and just change that to control. And the text on it, I'm going to change that to reset. Okay, repeat the same thing for the other one. That will be database, the system's database itself, and change the back color from transparent to control. Yeah, click on OK. Alright, we don't need this anymore. Now here where we have the database, I will now go back into my data, show data source, and change this to the data grid. Let's change that. Data grid view, click on the data grid view, drag it and drop it right in there, right there. So we have no use for this anymore, so we can just close that. Come in here, and here I will enter my receipts right there. So let's click on this and go to tools. Let's get a text box to do that for us. There we go. Get a text box, drag it and just drop it down here and click on that to get the multi-line there. So the receipt itself is ready. So for the text box, we can just give that a name, change that to txt receipt. There, that's done. Now here, let's enter some buttons here. We have one. It's likely I might need about maybe 9 of those. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this last one I'll just change that to btn exit. So btn exit, come right down here and change the name to exit, and this is resets. Let's reset. And this will become btn reset. btn reset. Okay, now we need to be able to navigate, so let's call that btn first or last. Okay, that's for the database to move last. Move last. And this is move first. And change this to btn first. Now we need move next or previous. btn previous, and change the text name as well. This is btn next. btn next. Now we need save btn save. This will be btn odd. This is btn total. And hopefully this will complete the design of the interface. Alright, so let's just select all of these buttons and increase the font size to something a little bit readable. Okay, let's just make it maybe 12. Alright, so that's a little bit much better. Apart from this, needs a bit of readjustment. We'll take care of that anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if we have, let's have a look at this system now. Just run it and we'll see what we've done so far before we continue with the coding. Okay guys, this is how the whole interface looks for now. We just need a little bit of realignment and maybe increase the font size of all of these components. So let's do that now. Close this and increase the font size here. Change that to maybe 12. Alright, that's done. And do it, let's repeat the same thing for each individual. Okay, so I'll just repeat the same thing for all of the objects on board. Okay, this is how the whole system looks now, but none of these are doing anything. So let's take care of the only thing that we have is all of the details of the car. You can see, you can move, and you can do whatever you like. So let's use the buttons to get that done as well. So close that. And the first thing is, maybe we should take care of the exit first. So double click on that. And for the exit button, we just enter the following lines of code for the exit button. Okay, so let's try it out. Run the program and click on exit. And let's see, these ones are not, there's nothing in there. So click on exit. No. Let's try it again. Yes, that is working as expected. That's good. Alright, let's go back in here. Okay, for the clear, instead of clearing each individual text box, I think the best idea would be to write a function to do that. So double click on that, and right up here have a function already written that will clear the system, and we just need to now refer to this function right here. That's it. So you see this is the dialog box to clear it. So I'm calling this very function text cleared right here. Okay, so let's give that a try and see if it will work. So if I run the system now and enter whatever data in there and so on. Okay, let's see. If we click on the clear, let's say no and add more in here and see what will happen. Okay, let's say yes, only this is not working. So let's see the names of this one, just those two. Come in here, and this is called what? Alright, that's it right there. So let's get it. Let's copy that. The other one is something auto. Okay, let's go back into the clear button here. Double click on that and clear all of these, and also clear these dot. Check equals false. And the other one is auto. I think that is it. So hopefully that should take care of that too. Alright, so let's run it again and see. So we have the function in there. It's just these two now that I just added, so that will do it hopefully. So let's run it and see. Okay. Clear. Yes. Okay, that's fine. So that is a very smart move. That's taking care of the long line of code. So that's fine. The function took care of that. Alright, the next thing we need to do now is to move left, right, and so on. So double click on last. Alright, let's take care of this. So we just say this dot binding source dot move last. Okay, that is taken care of. Now let's copy this for the rest. Now that is for first dot move first. There. Now let's take care of previous dot move previous dot move previous. Okay, those are the lines of code that we'll be using to navigate around the system. Dot move next, move next. There. Okay, so those 4 lines of code: move last, move first, move previous, and move next. Those are for navigating the system. Okay, for the save, we can always use this code in here, so you can just copy that right here. Just copy those instead of reinventing the wheel. So just come down here, double click on save there. So that should take care of the save. Now add. So for the add, we just need to say this dot car mining dot edit and edit. Okay, that should take care of that as well. And finally, we need this. We need to be able to take care of total. Okay, so for the total, what we're going to be adding together is a content in here. This very one, this and this. So that's what we want to add. So for this total, let me start by declaring my global variable here. Okay, the following will be my variable. Right, those are the variables to be used. Okay, now let's come into this total. So double click on total. Okay, for the total, here are the lines of code for the total. Very simple calculation there. Right here I have the variables that I declared, and here if this very text box here, this one, if it's empty, this is what I expect the system to do for me. Else, if it's not empty, the car rental per day costs £25.50, and that is it. Right, and whatever, how many days is entered into that very text box is assigned into number of days variable. And here, if there's any discount, that is stored into the variable discount, and that is the variable discount and number of days. They are actually declared as global variable. Let me show it to you guys right up here. There we go. Those are my variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's come back down here, and then number of days and daily rate is multiplied by number of days and stored into cost of rental. Cost of rental is a local variable right there, and then cost of rental is assigned into another local variable called total R. Total R is then subtracted from total R. Discount is subtracted from total R, and then assigned. Whatever is left is then assigned to this very text box here that displays the cost of rental. And right underneath here is just the receipt. Very simple lines of code for the receipt. So let's enter some tabs in there. There's 2 tabs there, and here as well. Yeah, and here I don't think there will be, or there's no need for a tab here. Right, so let's save and run. This is how the system looks, so let's run it and see. Enter. Is that meant to be a customer? Yes, that's a customer. Title Mr. Whatever name you like to use, let's say Peter Pan. Peter Pan Parker. And street, let's just call that Oshodi, Lagos. And mileage, let's come here for the mileage, let's call that That's the mileage on the car. That's before rental, and after rental, this is now the mileage after rental. So make that 9. Okay, engine size, let's say 4 liters. Style, let's call that saloon. And year of registration, that's 2006. Just dump that in there. And here, area, let's just say area Lagos, and postcode. License registration or driver's registration number, or license number, driver's license number. Let's just make that up. That's the driver's license number. That will also be used as the customer ID. And date issued, or when it was issued. Let's just call it let's say Africa, issued in Africa. When was it issued? Okay, that's when it was issued. That's fine. All right, air condition, yes. Automatic, yes. ID, class ID, let's enter that in there. Description, none. And their rates, that was $25.50. And here the same thing. Okay, any discounts for this customer, let's say 5% discount, and invoice the first one. So all we just need to do is click on total, number of days. That's good. That's now enter. Let's say the number of days, 15 there. Okay, so all that is just left for us to do now is to make sure this is in order. So I'm going to take care of that. I just need a couple of more tabs in here. We need maybe 2 more here, and hopefully the system will be ready. So right now it's looking good. Let's just take care of the tabs. Okay, yeah, let's come in here and add maybe 1 more tab here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 more here. Okay, so let's give that a run again and just see how it looks like. Alright, so let's just speed up let's populate it, speed it up. Alright, all of the necessary information has been entered, apart from how many days rental he intends to go for. Let's say it's 21 days, and invoice will be invoice number 2 for this guy, and daily rent. Okay, discounts. That's it. So all we just need to do now is click on total there. Okay, you now see the tab is in order, and these will have taken off the text content in here. And with that, guys, I will call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoy it. So you all have a nice day. Bye for now.